So, here we are again, another mass shooting in America. Our neighbors, this time ministers, a librarian, and grandparents, cut down for nothing. It happened in the 1891 church behind me. People studying the life of a man who taught peace and love, shot down by a man filled with violence and hate. It was last night during a Bible class at this historic black church here in Charleston. Tonight, a white man is under arrest, 21-year-old Dylann Roof of Lexington, South Carolina, not even of this community. The Justice Department is investigating the murders as a hate crime, and our Justice correspondent Jeff Pegues begins our coverage. Jeff?
Scott, reports say the suspect recently told a friend that he believed black people were, quote, taking over the world and that someone needed to do something for the white race. Investigators believe it was that rage that led him to kill here last night. This surveillance picture shows a young man apparently on a murderous mission. He entered the church at around 8 p.m. and then spent a full hour mingling with parishioners at a Bible study. He then stood up, announced he was there to kill black people, and shot 6 women and 3 men to death. 3 others survived.
All units responding, 110 Calhoun State.
Active shooter, multiple people down.
Roof escaped and police launched a massive manhunt. Law enforcement released a surveillance image and a description of a black sedan with distinctive license plates. That led to an ID. And at 10:45 this morning, police pulled him over during a traffic stop in Shelby, North Carolina, a 4-hour drive from Charleston. He had been spotted by Debbie Dills, an employee of a flower shop who was on her way to work.
I was able to see him. I was able to get behind him. I was able to get his tag number. I was directly behind him at a stoplight. And everything going through my mind was like, what ifs? But the only thing I could still see was those people in Charleston in those prayer circles with their hands gathered around praying that prayer would be answered.
Sources say police found a .45 caliber pistol in the car, which matches the casings found at the church. Charleston Police Chief Greg Mullins said Roof was arrested without incident.
He was stopped because a citizen alerted law enforcement to a suspicious activity, and law enforcement went out and they knew that once they arrived there that it was the individual that we were looking for. Social media pictures show Roof posing on a black Hyundai with Confederate license plates. In his Facebook profile picture, he's wearing a jacket with flags from apartheid-era South Africa and Rhodesia, the country now known as Zimbabwe. But his Facebook account also reveals numerous black friends, and the Southern Poverty Law Center, which tracks hate crimes, says he was never on their radar. Roof has been arrested twice this year for drugs and for trespassing. In February, he sparked suspicion at a suburban Columbia mall after he began asking out-of-the-ordinary questions about employees at a Bath and Body Works store. According to court documents, police found drugs typically used to treat opiate addiction in his possession. Roof was banned from the mall, but returned and was arrested again. Former Assistant FBI Director Ron Hosko says Roof appears to have been a ticking time bomb.
The killing was relatively unsophisticated. Here is someone who is sitting in the church, by some reports, for an hour. He's leaving trace evidence the whole time. Fingerprints, DNA is potentially linked to him in that scene.
Why did you do it?
Now Roof will likely be charged in one of the worst mass shootings in South Carolina history. Governor Nikki Haley.
The heart and soul of South Carolina was broken. And so we have some grieving too. And we've got some pain we have to go through.
Roof was flown back to Charleston after waiving extradition in a hearing in North Carolina. Scott, as for where he may have gotten that gun, law enforcement sources say his father got him a gun for his 21st birthday about 2 months ago.
Jeff, thanks very much.